Hi there. Were your kids driving you a little bit crazy before COVID, and now with COVID, being hunkered down, trapped in your home quite often, you're ready to lose your mind? Hi, I'm Dr. Randy Kale. I'm a licensed psychologist and the owner of Capital District Neurofeedback. If your child was diagnosed with ADHD before COVID or even during COVID, and now you're having to see right up front in your face what that looks like to try to manage, it's likely you may be ready to jump out the window or get on a train to Arizona, perhaps. More importantly, however, and more realistically, you're probably seeking help. So it's important to know that neurofeedback is one of the tools that brings about transformation in the underlying structure of the brain. So kids with ADD, we don't cover up symptoms, we don't medicate them with all these side effects. Instead, we actually change the way the brain functions. And with that, their behavior changes. With that, their attitude, their ability to focus. Things that we haven't been able to change before are actually changeable. Does it happen overnight? No. Neurofeedback involves a biofeedback mechanism where we retrain the brain incrementally. As brainwaves fluctuate, and let's say, for example, someone with ADHD, perhaps they have an alpha pattern that is too strong. Well, it's not a consistent pattern like this. That brainwave's moving up and down constantly. So what happens is, with biofeedback, neurofeedback, we're able to monitor this, and when that brainwave goes down a little bit, we reward the brain. We give a reward signal. So when we provide that reinforcement, we're actually able to change that brainwave pattern over weeks and months. Again, it's not something we can do in a few days, because typically when we do a map of the brain, we do something called a QEEG, or quantitative EEG, that gives us a very comprehensive, in some ways quite complex view of the brain. But it's also like seeing the reality of things so that we know where to train, how much to train, and what outcome we're seeking. That ability to do a QEEG in an office setting has transformed the efficacy and the results we get with ADHD, for example. If you have more questions, reach out. My assistant's Jennifer. She'll set up a time for us to speak. It won't cost you anything. That number is 518-383-0600. Again, 518-383-0600. If you have any questions about the research, by the way, you can look at the tab upper right, click on that tab, and you'll see that there are dozens and dozens of studies covering all sorts of brain disorders. Almost anything that is a dysfunction in the brain, neurofeedback has been proven to offer value. Even with traumatic brain injuries, depression, anxiety, a wide range of concerns. So you might want to check on that tab. You can see the research on ADHD, but you can also see lots of other studies that cover other disorders. And once again, if you have questions, please reach out. I'm Dr. Randy Kale. I appreciate your time. Take care.